All right, let's pause for a second and let's have a look at just mindset for a couple of seconds. Here's the thing. There are going to be times, and there's going to be a lot of them, when you want to quit, when it all feels too hard, when you don't want to show up on social media, when you just feel like you cannot talk to another single person, and you're going to need a reason why to keep going. Here's the thing that I have learned. Sometimes we don't have pain. So, for instance, we're comfortable. We don't need to make more money. We don't need to make changes in our lives. We want them, but they're not a necessity. They're not a must. And what happens is when we hit those hard moments, if we don't have a strong emotional connection as to why, we quit. Right? So I wanted to just pause for a second. I also wanted to give you a different way to look at money. Here's the thing that I see a lot of people doing. They may just write on their tablet and they're going to write $10,000, right? That's the goal. They're putting it up everywhere and that's all they're focused on. But here's the problem with that, okay? Sometimes we limit other opportunities by constantly focusing on the cash. So let me give you an experience. I'm about to go to Rome and I'm about to go to Spain and Denmark, okay? Now I want $10,000 on my vision board. But here's the amazing thing, because I have done the activities, I now have connections in Denmark and in Spain where I can go and stay with them and I don't need the monetary amount because they're not charging me for accommodation, right? So this is when we start to think outside the box, and instead of just focusing on a number like $10,000, we're focusing on the 3 MIQs. So I wanted to pause quickly and talk to you about the 3 most important questions. So number 1 on the 3 most important questions is, if I was to deposit that money into your bank account right now, what kind of experiences would you love to have? So for me, in the past, it has been things like hot air ballooning. It's being able to book a trip, an international trip, a long distance international trip, and leaving within 24 hours to New York, right, at Christmas time, which was just freaking magical. So if I was to deposit that $10,000 into your account, what kind of experiences would you like to have? Experiences for you, experiences for your family. Now, you may not be like me and you may not want to travel, but you want a new kitchen, for instance, right? Well, that's a new thing that you want to experience. It might be that you want to experience financial freedom where you don't have to look at your bank account before you make a purchase decision like I do. I don't have to look at it. I know the money's there, right? So what kind of experiences would you love to have with that money? And then what we do is we focus on the experiences. And the funny thing is, when we focus on what we want to do with that money, 1, drop it in if you have ever felt like that would emotionally connect me to it. If you're suddenly searching for tours in Italy and in Spain and you're starting to learn languages, like that is more exciting than just writing $10,000 for a holiday on a page, right? So what kind of experiences would you have? The next part of this is growth. As we start to grow in income, we have to grow as a person because there are going to be new obstacles, new layers of the onion, right? So one of the things that even years into this, I still struggle with is going live and doing live videos because there's no editing. And if I get tongue tied or whatever, I have that fear of judgment, right? Like we all have these different fears, but that stops me from going live. So one of the skills that I'm working on, one of the growth things that I'm working on at the moment is live videos. And I'm getting better at the skills and overcoming the mindsets and the limitations behind it. I'm also working on my speaking skills because in order to be the person that I want to be and to hit the goals that I want to hit, I need to have awesome speaking skills. It's also been an experience that I've wanted to have. I've wanted to be able to be paid to be able to travel, right? And that's possible with speaking. And so having a look at who do you need to be in order to be the person that hits those goals, because there's going to be growth. I can 100% guarantee it. And then the last one is when we can link our goals to more than just ourselves, it's amazing how much faster they manifest. So for instance, when I don't feel like showing up on social media and posting that day, when I know that I could help women to have choices, like I did didn't have when I was younger, it would have made a huge difference to the experience that I had, to the trauma that was created. If I had had money when I was younger, I would have had choices. And I'm really passionate about women having more money so that they can have more choices. So when I don't feel like showing up, I remind myself that it's not about me. It's about that woman that I'm going to help today to potentially earn more, to work less, to live happy, right? And when we're able to earn more, they can live an and lifestyle, not an or lifestyle. So what I mean about that is that you can have this and that, not you can have this or that, right? So I get really fired up about those two things. So I'm going to put some music on the end of this. I want you to sit down and just for 5 minutes, I want you to write what experiences, what growth, and what contribution you will have, because on the hard days, you're going to need this. The other thing that I would say, if you're struggling with the why and the emotional connection to it, if you are VIP, there is an entire vision boarding experience mini course that sits as a VIP that you got for free. This takes vision boarding to a whole new level. We're not just cutting out some pictures and putting them on the wall. We are doing it on a sensory experience level so that by the end of it, you are freaking excited and moving fast because you want that to happen. So that is another resource that we have created around this, because honestly, it is 80% of the people who don't launch and who don't make money, there is a mindset issue, and it's usually there's not a strong enough why to overcome that mindset issue. If I didn't have a really strong why and I didn't have experiences and growth and contribution I was working for, when I didn't feel like going live, I wouldn't go live. Right? So that's the same thing for you. So sit down, take the time to do this, put it up on your wall, have it in front of you on your desk, because when you don't feel like it, you're going to need a way around it, and do the vision boarding workshop, because that's going to give you so many tools to being able to get past it when you don't feel like doing it, so that you might lose an hour instead of days, weeks, or even months on your path to your goals.
In a world that's always moving yet so still, connections spread like fire, an endless thrill. My voice, it travels far across this cyberland, feeding dreams that grow beneath my hands. Every post a message, each like a tiny spark. I breathe and money flows into the dark. Hearts and screens together in this bright light, changing lives as day turns into night. Oh, I feel it rising deep within my soul. The power of my words makes me whole. From the silent rooms to the world unknown, in this digital realm I have grown. Comments echo wisdom from all across the seas, trying to reach the stars with my melodies. The violin cries out and the piano sighs, each note lifting voices as they rise. With every song I sing, my impact grows. In this fast connection,